Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a quiz using Microsoft Forms. I'm in now, and from there you can click on enter your email, which is actually going to take you into your Office 365 suite of stuff, but by default it opens with your email. But if I go into the app launcher, I can choose Forms, and then I can create a new form or a new quiz. Okay, a new form is great for doing all online service and stuff, but today we're going to do a quiz. The difference with a quiz is that we can have correct answers and you can assign points to it. But I'm going to keep it simple, but we're going to make a new quiz. So I need to give my quiz a title. Okay, so where Ethereum meets the technology, it's close enough to the title of the slideshow and the session. That's fantastic. I can put a description in as well if I want to. Okay, so I've just cut out the bit where I typed it in, but short quiz asks students about the content of the screen capture recording of the PowerPoint slides for this topic. Right, so what I'm going to now start to do is add some questions. So I'm going to add new, and choice is a multiple choice. Right, and I can start to put this in. But what I'm going to do is, rather than type all these in, is I found it useful where I have actually drafted these things into a Word document, okay? So I can then just copy and paste them over. So if you see the video where I'm talking about this, about the workflow around how I do it, here I've got a set of questions in Word, and then I can now start putting these over into here. So I'm not going to go through them all, but I'll give you a sense of what I've done, of how I've copied and pasted them, etc., and just the kind of types of questions that you've got. Okay, so right, and what I can then do is say which one is the correct answer. Okay, so it's very simple. There's just two choices here. I'm going to do one with 4 choices in a moment, so you see how I add choices to it. I can also put comments up, okay, so I can put a little message up depending on what I want to do, and again I'll put a couple of sample ones in so you can see in a moment. So there's that one there. Let's go add new. If I don't assign points to it, then by default it gets a single point, okay. So I'm going to go add new, again multiple choice, and I'm going to choose my question. And then we can drop in my options. So again, I'm just going to do this reasonably quickly just to demonstrate some key points. I'm not going to edit the whole thing. If I want to add additional options, I can hit add option, and then I can do that, which is fantastic. And all I'm doing is hitting Control C and Control V on the keyboard to copy and paste these things in. So if I highlight this text, Control C, bang over to this bit, Control V, lets me paste it in. Okay, and what I need to do is choose the correct answer, crime prevention for environmental design, and I can say that's it, that's the correct answer. Okay, I'm going to add new, and again I can go through and do some. So I'm just going to pause this for a moment, put some in, then explain some of the bits to you, okay? Okay, so I've copied and pasted stuff from the Word document over, and I've just resized the window now so you can see this, all right? And what I've done is I've given, told you which are the correct answers, okay? And also usefully, I can put some additional things on, so I'll just show you me doing sample one. So if I've got one here saying students can only bring criminological theories into the assignment, or students can only bring one theory into the assignment, we've got a false, you can say whether it's true or false, okay? It's false. And if I click on it just to refocus on it, I have the option to display a little message, okay? So there, we see that little message that pops up. That's me trying to be supportive. Obviously, we could also do it where you could give them an explanation of why they'd chosen the wrong answer for something, okay? Okay, so having done that, I could hit submit, right, and it'll let me submit it. But I can only submit it once on the current default settings. Okay, I can change those settings to allow multiple submissions, which is quite useful if you're using it as a formative quiz. So people may get some stuff wrong and they may want to go through and resubmit it. I'll show you that in the settings shortly as to how you do that. Okay. If I just go back, where it is useful is where I did submit the responses once on a test, is that it gives you a sense of this. So I've had one response and it shows you how you now get to begin to get some statistics of how people have done on it. Okay, I've just done this, so it's not particularly meaningful as such, but imagine once you get lots of results coming in, okay, we get a sense of what proportion have answered it correctly or incorrectly, and I can follow it up. What's useful is I can open this in Excel and it'll drop into Excel for me and I can play with it in Excel. Right, let me just go back to the online form and show you how to play with the settings. Okay, so if I want to change the settings for the form, I can click on a little bit here and go to settings. Okay, and we've got various options. So I'm going to show the results to people automatically when they submit, and then I've got a couple of options around this. So I can either create a link that anyone can respond to, or I can force people to put a name in, and I can limit it to one response per person if I want to do that. Okay. I can also send it so that only people in the organisation can respond to it. You'll have to decide what you want to do around this. It may be with this, partly because I'm using it as a attendance tool. Actually, I'm saying only people in my organisation can respond, so it means the students have to kind of come in through now and they can click on the link, so that's not a problem. Okay, and it means I get sent responses. So I can accept the responses, I just want them coming in. I'm not bothered about shuffling the questions around, but I can set dates and stuff. Right, this is just the basic version I'm going through. If I am expecting lots of responses to this, I can just go back and check it periodically, okay? But I can also send an email receipt to respondents if I want to do so, so they've got an email receipt that says yes, you've done it. I can also get an email notification of each response, okay? So I'm going to turn those on. I wouldn't normally, but I'm expecting a fairly low volume of engagement with this, and it'll just give me a sense of how it's going. I can go back and change these settings if I want to do so. Anyone with it can respond. Like I said, I'm going to leave that there for the moment. Show results automatically. So as soon as they hit submit, it's fine. They will get their results back. Because I'm thinking about using this for formative purposes, I might choose to remove the restriction of one response per person. Again, it's up to you what you want to do. Okay, so in fact, I'll do that to encourage them to perhaps more than once. It's also quite useful because I can then preview it. Right, so if I preview it now, right, it'll allow me, hopefully, I should be able to submit this. Okay, so again, I'm just hitting a few different ones. This is me just kind of randomly going through to get a sense of whether or not this kind of works. And let's see what little messages I get when I hit it. Okay, so and I've got the option now, send me an email with my responses if I want that. Yeah, but I'm going to hit submit. Thanks, your response was submitted. View students. Okay, so this is what the student view results. This is what the students will see, and on this instance, I got 70%, and I can see which ones I got right and which ones I got wrong. Okay, and that's quite useful. And again, I've just kept it really short on this one, but you can see here, you know, we can put additional labels and additional message and stuff. Might be especially useful at times. Anyway, that's the form that I'm using. I just want to give you a sense of how I've done it. Oh, and I nearly forgot to show you how to share it. So once you've done it all, there's a little share button up here. Okay, click on share and it gives you options. So we've got this, only people in my organisation can respond. That was the setting that I chose earlier, but I can still choose to change that if I want to. So anyone with a link can respond. Okay, and I can copy this link Right, so I can click on the copy, or I can select it, Control C, copy it, whatever your preferred method is. We can also obtain a QR code if we wanted to do so, if that's useful. Okay. We can also embed the whole quiz into like something like Now, and we can also send out like an email with a link in. I don't tend to use that option. I tend to just kind of copy a link, and then I'll put it onto Now as a hyperlink, or I'll just use kind of Outlook email because I've got distribution lists already set up, and I'll copy the link into an email and send it out through my distribution list to the appropriate students.